All right, so welcome to the action again on Center Table. We bring you the clash of former teammates, guys who are friends, but also, of course, enemies on table. When it comes to business, don't bring those friendship things of yours. Now, Mubiru Dan was in the same team with Mawejje Cyrus. I think the year was 2017, if I can remember. These guys made history. I'll talk about that very boldly because I remember it was a history-making moment. Mubiru Dan was part of the winning team in Ronnie's Pole Club, a club based in Jinja. So was Mawejje Cyrus, aka Spino. What happened was there used to be League One, which was the less, or should I say, the lower version of the big league. Like how you have the Premier League and then you have Championship. So the Championship version of pool was called League One. Ronnie's Pole Club won it. After winning that Championship version of the Premier League, they came to the Premier League, which is the big official league of pool. And then when they came into the big league, they were like Leicester City. They had just arrived and then they won the senior league. So they made history. They actually could be the only team that has actually achieved that feat of coming from the junior league and then they win the senior league. So they won it in the year 2017. And the names that were on that list, we had Mubiru Dan, Mawejje Cyrus. The guys that you're watching in front of you here were just about to kick off this game. They also had other big names like Ongom Dennis, Nakabale, Pacquiao, to the likes of Subaga Alan, Habib Sebuguzi. They're all part of that team that actually won that cup. But today, the focus is on these two. Former teammates are now playing currently in different systems and leagues. Because currently, Salongo Dan, or Mubiru Dan, plays his pool with Wachiso City. And Mawejje Cyrus stayed in Jinja. I think he's playing in the Jinja League. So they all have very good experience on table. Salongo Dan has played for many teams. I remember back in the day, like in 2010, 2011, he used to play in a team called Chadaru. Those ends in Nansana. And then he joined so many other teams after that. Played Diko in the Bayers, played Diko in Samona, played Diko in, I don't know if he played even in Indigo. This man moved to different teams until he went to Ronnie's. Then after he left Ronnie's, currently, of course, playing. He's actually, I think he also at some point was contracted shortly with Capital Knight, but now currently with Wachiso City. His opponent is named aka Spino. Has also played for Jinja, especially in Jinja with Ronnie's Full Club. I think back in the day he was with one of those teams, Trust and Obey. So they come into this clash with a lot of experience. But now the game has kick-started and we bring you all this action on Facebook and on YouTube under the Pole Association of Uganda. Well, currently he's on yellow. That is Spino, Mawejje Cyrus. Carefully potting these balls. Good with spinning white. That is why they call him Spino. That is his AKA. And with the way I can see this game, it could fall either way. I don't mean this particular game, but I mean this match. But currently, Spino, or Mawejje Cyrus actually had a big advantage. Now he has just actually given it to Salongo Dan. Mubiru Dan. They call him Salongo Dan, but I don't know if he's actually a father of twins. Because in Uganda, if you're a father of twins, they call you Salon. Good spin shot there that opened up space for his red in the left upper corner. And Mubiru Dan now, of course, on the reds, can put the one near the black and just continue moving ball to ball until he finishes them. Let's see how he can actually maneuver here. But if you want to see Katongole George, the PAU Publicity Secretary, you could actually log on to the ATA official YouTube channel. You will be able to see him there. For some of you are wondering, Ine Katongole has ever played pool, that guy? You can actually check out, he's playing live in the category of the seniors. Mubiru down on the Reds. We are the Grafton Arms Tavern, right here in Fort Portal. My name is DMS, bringing you all the live action here, of course, courtesy of the Polo Association of Uganda. Big up to the National Council of Sports for sponsoring and putting their money into this event. Big up to the executive committee led by Bob Trubish, Treasurer Peter Malay, Publicity Katongole George, Tournament Secretary Donald Mpomuza, Ladies Affairs Ebenu Deborah. They're all here. The only person I've not yet seen is Wasike Paul, the secretary, and then also, of course, the person in charge of schools, and that is Pius Akampa. And our Muslim brothers, of course, who kicked off the fast. We know it's not easy, but we recognize your efforts and we recognize the gesture. Some of them are actually playing the game. They haven't eaten anything yet, so we can understand if they succumb to early exits. But so far so good. We're in Fort Portal. Center table action. We bring you Cyrus Mawejje and Mubiru Dan. Cyrus is the one on red. On yellow. He goes all the way. Ports, by the way, gets a very good white. Very good white. And I reckon he is already seeing, of course, black could be going to the opposite direction if he gets the spin right. Goes very carefully and still doesn't port. It's not going to be done now with a chance here. You haven't yet seen Kasozi Joseph. You haven't yet seen Caesar Chandiga. You haven't yet seen Mwandi Kamotoman Soul. I know you haven't yet seen many players. There's a bit of tension there on table number one. I think with one of the support crew. I don't know, he's not satisfied with something, but the umpire is in control here and creating space for the player. Mubiru done in play. There's been so many walkovers, and the complaints I had earlier on in the morning, walkovers granted to players. Two players were not here on time and they were all walked over. Two players, and surprisingly, these players were all from the Western region, but they did not make it on time. But the umpire gave the walkovers. They came in later on and they complained, but the games were already taken. Oh, that's a good shot. Good navigation of white. Excellent play. That's immaculate white from Mubiru down. The tension is increasing though. I don't know why they're complaining in front of the other players. But Mubiru Dan has to be given his flowers now. Let's see if he's porting this black. He does. The white is safe, so he leads 1-0. Ahead of the time at 31 minutes remaining, Mubiru Dan 1 and his opponent Mawejje Cyrus 0. Well, so far, if you want to keep yourself updated, keep yourself afloat with how the action is going on in Fort on the Grand Open, you can actually log on to www.qscore.com. That is QScore. Q is C-U-E, score, S-C-O-R-E.com. And have a look at how the games have gone. The itinerary is all right there, how your players have been doing, the games to come. games to watch out for in both categories. In fact, in all categories, juniors, seniors, ladies, and the men. All right there for you. And keep sharing, of course, for those who are not here, so that they can actually get to know and see for themselves in the comfort of comforts where they are. On our pages, that's on Facebook and on YouTube, where the games are going on. We're live, Pole Association of Uganda. Try to calm the people down. Here is the umpire ahead of that game. There were complaints. I think I've gotten wind of that situation. They told me that there was a complaint about one of their very own Pastor Roger. I think he had been given a walkover, but there's been a confirmation that his game will go on. Maybe now there's a bit of calm after the storm. Back to the game. Mawejje Cyrus hunting for game number 1. Pots still Mawejje Cyrus on yellow. Mubiru done leading 1-0 here. Rest to 4. All the games all the way to the quarterfinals are rest to 4. Reason why? Simply because there's no time and there's so many categories, so we have to go through all of these quickly. Cyrus Mawejje still fails to pot here and gives Salongo Dan a chance. Again.
Robert Nsonzi versus Emin Sejondo on table 5 now.
There is no football action in the Premier League, I think, this weekend. So we all can stay calm. People are playing the FA Cup. I'll be giving you a bit of details and updates. You know me. I give you a bit of pull, but also life continues even with the other things. Because I know there are many who are interested. Mubiru Dan on the Reds is going to snooker. I have a feeling he's going to snooker. Yes, he does. Giving himself more advantage. Time is still there. They have 27 full minutes remaining. But remember here, whoever leads 2 or 3-0 or 3 games creates himself more room for victory because it's a time-based tournament. Our publicity official, Sero John, is going to be playing. Sero is playing in the categories of the above 50s because there are guys who are playing above 40. Then the juniors who are above or below 17. Sero is in the above 50s with Bobo Minani, Molokole Patrick, and he's going on table. But Katongole George is also playing, like I told you. I'll give you the update because you can't give you the game here. It's on the ATA page. But I'll tell you how our boss, Katongole George, of the Daily Monitor, is performing. Back to the game. Mubiru Dan. Mubiru Dan on red. Mubiru Dan currently playing his pole with Wakiso City. Plays good. He's not in the top 10 top scorers, but he's not also doing badly either. Has been playing money games, money matches, and he's the guy that is forever going to be remembered. In the last tournament in Logogo called the National Open, the young gun put down Chandiga Caesar 6-0. That Salon got down that you see. If there is anything else that is remembered for in Ugandan pole, it will forever be how he put Caesar down without Caesar putting a single black. 6-0 in the presence of 1,000 cameras. And everyone was asking themselves, what happened to Caesar? What happened to Caesar? This is sports. You can imagine, I don't think Caesar had ever lost a tournament without him winning or potting a single black. This could have been one of the first ones. That was all courtesy of Mubiru Dan, that young gun. I don't know if I call him young. He confuses me too because I have seen him for the many years I've seen Paul. But Salongo Dan, of course, has always been that size. And I'm sure your guess is as good as mine. He could be a young 40-year-old or an old 35-year-old. I don't know. He's on black regardless. Dan Potts, his second black. So he leads 2-0 here, ahead of the time, which is 24 minutes. Salongo Mubiru Dan 2, Mawejje Cyrus Pino 0. The game is underway. Back, Salongo Mubiru Dan, leading 2-0 at center table. Remember, all games are rest to 4. Cyrus, who plays his Paul in Jinja, has been part and parcel of the fraternity in Jinja, together with friends like Matovo Nevi, who originated from Jinja as well, but currently plays with Dan Mubiru in Wakiso City. But apart from that as well, a lot of people who have actually come from Jinja that highly recognized, of course, in the fraternity as the players. Not to mention the man that everyone says one of the most technical players in the country. People complain of the guy that guy can bite. That guy can bite. Bite meaning the guy over snookers. And back in the day, I used to confuse these names. Mawejje Cyrus. So back in the day, I was saying I used to confuse Mawejje Cyrus and Mogabo Eric. But Mogabo Eric is the one that is more technical, tactical. Not yet seen him here. I doubt if he's part of this tournament, but those are the two guns that remained representing that region. Most of the guys moved away. They're now in Kampala, but now those two are still Jinja-based players. But now Mubiru Dan, who used to play in Jinja, is haunting his former teammate, leading him 2-0 here at the Tavern in Fort Portal. A quick shout out to the technical team that are making sure everything is going according to plan. Semanda Rogers. You can't believe the guy is very good with the computer, but originally he's a carpenter. How someone can be multi-talented. A carpenter like Jesus Christ was. And Rugambaje Francis, commonly known as Messi, on all of our pool groups. He is helping the technical team here. What he's doing mostly is to WhatsApp different results and stuff, and then also he keeps moving up and down to give us water, and also make sure that all things are going well here. He's part of the technical team. Originally also, this is not his job. He's a blacksmith, welding. He was into welding. If you greet Messi or Rugambaje Francis and you greet him by his hand, you will feel as if you are greeting him by his foot. His hand is hard. But anyway, those are the guys I'm working with here. Some of the technical teams. Big up to all our friends who are watching this on YouTube and on Facebook. Those who are within the country. Those who are in different regions. Big up to Mbali. Big up to the guys who actually came all the way from Jinja. And those from Tororo and Soroti. Then, of course, the different roads. Now we take the Mbarara Masaka Road from Lukunjiri, Fort Portal where we are. And the guys, of course, from Chenjojo. Big up to our friends who have made it here from Northern Uganda. Northern Uganda, Kitogum, where we will be, of course, next weekend. The guys from Arua, from Gulu, West Nile. And then also from Central. I know Central is large. People from Mubende. People from Mitiana. Big up. Big up to the umpires. I know the majority of the ones we are seeing here are not Kampala-based umpires, but they're also doing a wonderful job. Thank you so much. 19 minutes remaining of the clock on the time, and we are watching the game between Mubiru Dan and Mawejje Cyrus. Mubiru Dan still leading 2-0. Time remaining is 18 minutes. Rest to 4. In a very unlikely result, allow me to congratulate Mr. Katongole George on his first victory in a pool. This is the first time he has beaten someone, by the way, in any pool kind of like setting, whether it is those friendly games and the village or what. This is the first time he has won. He has surprised himself, he has surprised us, but we are very happy for Katongole George, who has actually had victory here in the category of the seniors, going to the next round. a big round of applause to Katongole George, head of the Publicity Pool Association of Uganda. The game between Cyrus and Dan. Cyrus has actually pulled one back, so it's now 2-1. Katongole George akubyani. Oh my God. But if you're enjoying yourself, of course, big up to you. And in the seniors category, I see Kevin Kato beat Abdallah Majid. And some of the names that you're familiar with, I don't see apart from Peter Male. There is the Peter Male in this tournament, by the Cyrus is hunting for an equalizer here very desperately, because remember, he needs to move ahead of time. Cyrus, 2 reds to the black. Standing at 2-1. Dan leading. Rest to 4. And that is too much white for Cyrus. Too much white. The games are all live, of course, on Facebook and on YouTube. Officially, of course, on the Pool Association of Uganda pages. But in case you just want to find out results, log on to www.qscore.com.
Up next on the center table, Vicky Namuyanja versus Rukia Naida. Up next on center table.
He overchopped the ball, overchopped the red, and now he doesn't get good result here. He has blocked his ball, blocked his path, and given an opportunity to Mubiru Dan, who is already leading and now can use all the time in the world he needs.
Up next, Chandika Caesar.
A technical shot.
Shakib Tumusine, table 1. Up next.
Now, for some of you who have been wondering, when are we having a good game on the center table? Finally, your prayer has been answered. We bring it again between Chandiga Caesar, former seed number 1 of Uganda. Chandiga Caesar will be taking on one of the good players from Barada, a guy that I know personally called Shakib Tumusime, aka Kingo. That game is coming live. Table number 1. Table number 1 after this game. Caesar, Kingo, Scorpio, Kingo will be playing. This looks like an equalizer coming for Cyrus Mawejje. Cyrus on the black.
Up next on table 2. Rasul.
Cyrus sports the black and equalizes. 2-2. 2-2 right here on center table. Cyrus Mawejje 2. Salongo Mubiru Dan 2. Former teammates, Ron Sport Club. And now they're meeting here in Fort Portal. One of them will advance. 3 million shillings up for grabs for the winner. We don't know who's going to win this, but just know that coming up next on that very, very table, the Scorpion, Caesar Chandiga, will be up against Shakib Tumusime, Kingo. He calls himself Q Master. He's from Mbarara. We'll want to see how he masters his Q with the Scorpion. Dan Mubiru, Cyrus Mawejje, 11 minutes remaining. Crystal Palace, by the way, is leading 2-0, in case you are worried. In the FA Cup, early kickoff. They're playing black ball rules, and the power rules, of course, of dress code was a polo t-shirt, black or white, and black trousers. For the ladies, they can do trousers, they can also do skirts. That's why you're seeing, in case you're wondering, hey, everybody's putting on white today, what's up? Or Power asked for their official dress color theme. It's always white, but this time they gave, of course, an exception to black. So even the ones in the black polos can play.
And masters, in case there is a contention, you have to provide proof of age.
Mubiru Dan now is trying to reinvent the wheel,
If your opponent thinks that
because it's now deadlocked at 2-2. You'll have to think of
you provide
plan B.
proof evidence. Juniors are for 17 and below.
That looks like a foul,
40 and above.
but maybe not. It was a touch ball, huh? It's a foul. Even I saw a foul there. It's a foul by Dan Mubiru. An advantage now to Mawejje Cyrus. From Ginger. Cyrus Mawejje Spino.
We shall have January Mawejje.
He used to play almost all tournaments, I remember back in the day, but I think now this guy's got busier with work. I don't know if it is responsibility. We rarely see them play. But Mubiru Dan is all over the place because he's playing in the league, Wakiso City. He also plays all the PAU tournaments. In fact, the one that we remember him the most is the one I talked about earlier, the National Open in Logogo, sponsored by Nal Special, where he eliminated seed number 1 of Uganda, then Chandiga Caesar. They are supporting their very own young blood. There's another game going on where you're seeing the cheers coming in. It's between Yahaya and Pindi. Another young blood there from Fort Portal. Yahaya plays for Iple Billiards, a young stud. And he's now trailing 1-0. But back to the center table. Action between Mubiru Dan. Only has 9 minutes remaining. I don't even know if the clock is right, because that is a lot of time. It is Cyrus that came from 2-1 down to level and looks like he's trying to extend the lead. Good shot to black. Simple. Like ABC. Doop. And then he gets the black down. Oh, movement of the white ball was too much, but I think he can actually squeeze himself within that angle. He pots, and Cyrus now leads 2 or 3-2 here on center table. Rest to 4. Mawejje Cyrus of Ginger 3. Mubiru Dan of Kampala Wachiso City 2. We're going to be here for 2 days. The place is called the Grafton Arms Tavern. Now, if you're not familiar with Fort Portal, remember if you reach the main center, you'll actually also have to take a bajaj or a boda boda. If you're driving, it is about maybe 3 kilometers from the main, but with the boda boda, you'll have to part with about 3,000 shillings from the main road to get to where we are at the Grafton Arms Tavern. So far, so good. But we are excited to bring you the game next between Chandiga Caesar, seed not number 1 anymore. It is now Kasozi Joseph. Mubiru Dan breaks.
Up next on table 5.
Mubiru Dan 2. Mawejje Cyrus 3.
Peter Murray.
There's no second life in this. There's
Up next
no
on table
second
4.
life in this tournament.
Tournament.
So once you lose, you're out. That's it.
Up next on
It's so
table
unfortunate. Some of my friends from Barora have already been eliminated. I was talking to Kananura Amon. He told me he was eliminated by a guy he beat. He gives no black.
Up next on table 1.
In these tournaments, you don't bring those things. It's all, survival of the fittest. He was telling me, man, how can I lose to a guy that I even bang no black whenever I want?
6 minutes to go.
Mubiru Dan looking for an equalizer here. Mubiru Dan on red. Pots. Good cue ball control. Unfortunately, okay. He can opt to go down. And down again. Dan Mubiru on the reds. Takes a good shot off the cushion. Rest to 4. 6 minutes of time remaining. 6 minutes of time remaining. Done now with the sight of the center pocket. Pots 3-3, ladies and gentlemen. It's getting interesting. They're now going to be playing their deciding frame. Mubiru Dan 3. Mawejje Cyrus 3. These guys are playing a decider. That's a good combination shot from Mubiru Dan. On the reds, putting on a very, very serious hunting face. I love that face. That's a serious face. He wants the money. Experienced player, Chadaru. Don't know if he actually played for Big Zone at some point. That was also along the same road. I know he has played for teams like Bayers,
You are needed on the competition
Salongo Dan,
committee.
Mubiru.
Wakawashi, you are needed
Also, was a player for Ron's Pole Club when they won the National League. League One, also in the big league. And currently plays his pole with Wakiso City, which is also a club that is based on that same road of Kasumi Nansana. He's playing an experienced player in Cyrus Mawejje, who has been with the Ginger teams, I think almost all his life. Mubiru Dan, halfway home on the hill. Takes a good shot, second guesses himself, gets it right, and now on the black, Mubiru Dan, deciding frame, a lot of space and time.